Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
for a wonderful person in this big hall. So, you have a wonderful opportunity that today Maharaj is here, and also this book offers the critical standards. So everybody can understand and learn what we're supposed to do when we do the Kirtan. So this is not only a Kirtan standard book, this is the heart of the ISKCON. This is the heart of all the mission, which reveals that. It reveals that what exactly our mission is. So Maharaj is here also. If anybody would like to have, you can also get this from Maharaj, and Maharaj would sign on this book as well. So you go. Yeah. So now anybody would like to have, if you have any questions, or if you have some doubts or concerns about your devotion, how you can progress more, how you can be more conscious of Krishna. So the Maharaj is here, so you can ask if you have any concerns, questions.
Yeah, Maharaj.
Farewell to those who Hare Krishna.
You can give the mic to Maharaj. Put the stand. Thanks.
We have to sign them off today. Anyway, what we do.
It's okay to ask.
Good.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you for the class. So, yeah.
Give you in a moment.
Yes, Maharaj. So, thank you for explaining about those two ways of how we can deal with things that outlook in life. So we find there are so many of distractions in this age. Of course, there are some broad tips, but then how do we deal with those? Just other than the miseries of mind, everything, and then there's media, there's a cell phone which has everything streaming in. So how can we overcome that and still stay focused and increase in devotion?
Well, we know how to increase Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Just disconnect and disconnect it again.
Check out, log out.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So the question is how we increase our devotion and not get distracted by all this stuff in the world, I guess. Well, we increase our chanting of Hare Krishna. The Yaha Krishna Taha Maya Nahi Harikar. Where there's Krishna, there won't be Maya. If we're engaged in chanting, reading, hearing, serving, then Maya doesn't get much opportunity. But if there's a vacuum, we're not chanting, we're not hearing, we just throw in a little bit of fairy dust, then that won't do it. Tivrena Bhakti Yoga. Devotional service is supposed to be done with some intensity. Hey, Keha Kudunanda. If we want to have it all, if we want to be dharmic karmis, that's what we'll be. You want to have a religious life with lots of sense gratification and lots of punya and lots of everything, and that's what you'll get, and you'll come back and get it lifetime after lifetime. That's Mishra, just mixing devotional service with pious activities. We want to be devotees, and we want to hold on to everything material at the same time and have it all. It's not going to work that way. Or it'll work that way life after life. Maybe again we'll come back. Unless we make some mistake in our pious activities, then down. There's no material world, there's no guarantee you come back and have it all again. So one is meant to be serious about devotional service. No intoxicants, no gambling, no meat eating, no illicit sex. Seriously chanting, seriously hearing. Dhruva Maharaj, he left everything and just focused on this one thing. So we may not be Dhruva Maharaj, but we should be serious. And if we're not serious, then we won't be serious, and we'll always be struggling with everything because we're engaged with everything. We want to have Bhagavatam in our Facebook feed and Bollywood and everything, and you'll have it. But if we want to be serious, we'll be serious, and then we'll get the serious results. Okay.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Mm.
Thank you.
We're not meant to be the enjoyers of this world, and chanting Hare Krishna is not a tool for better enjoyment of this world. It just puts the shine on the car or something. No. It's for getting free from this material existence, not for enhancing the misery of life or the illusions of life. Yes. Krishna.
The desire to enjoy it just keeps us rooted in this material
The desire to enjoy
keeps us rooted in
keeps us rooted in
this material
the material world. Yes, it does.
Yeah, so it just doesn't go away.
Doesn't go away.
Doesn't go away. Therefore, we have to transfer the account, Prabhupada said. That we try to give enjoyment to Krishna. If we just try to stop enjoying, that won't work. But if we try to give enjoyment to Krishna, then we'll automatically enjoy. We won't suffer. But if we think, let me enjoy more, then we'll suffer more. So the method is, let me give enjoyment to Krishna, let me focus on that. I don't have to worry about my enjoyment will come. Or not, according to my destiny. A certain amount of suffering will come, a certain amount of enjoyment will come. I can't change that. So let me give Krishna enjoyment, then I get free from the whole business of suffering and enjoying. Again, it's the same principle, that just to stop enjoying or stop being distracted, that doesn't stop. But we have to be engaged in Krishna service. Yaha Krishna Taha Maya Nayari. Something else.
At the end of it, Maharaji, at the end of it, we want to come to a state where we don't feel too much pain or pleasure, right? I mean, be stable overall, and we don't feel because it's all Maya and everything.
I may feel it or not feel it, but I know that this is temporary.
Right.
Tam's tatiksha svabhart. Feel it or not feel it, I tolerate it, that's all. But my real business is service.
If you get this service every birth, won't that be better than kind of getting out of this birth and
Are you ready for that?
I'm not averse to that.
Hmm?
I'm not averse to that. I've just started.
Prabhupada just started.
Yeah, so
It's better, but Prabhupada said we're not Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj prays that let me just be engaged in service life after life. I don't even care if I go back to God. So we're not Prahlad Maharaj. We want to go. Maybe at some point we'll come to that stage. But right now, we have the desire to stay and enjoy. So first let's get to the platform where we want to get out of this trap. Then we can see about coming back and doing something for others. Or coming back and doing service. But the first thing is, let me be free from this diseased condition of wanting to stay here for my own purposes. Otherwise it'll be a kind of transcendental fraud. Yes, let me stay here for the service of Krishna.
Especially when you start, you don't know whether what you are doing is really, are you doing it from your heart or are you doing it for some pleasure or...
But let me do it. Therefore the Guru's guidance is there. Do this, do this, do this. All right, I'll do it. My motives may be whatever they may be, but I'll do it. And if we do it, we'll become purified. We don't have to, of course we try to see whether I'm sincere, but we can't, what's the word, microanalyze everything. Taking this bite of chapati for my own sense gratification, everything will be. But I should just cultivate the spirit of devotional service and follow the instructions of the spiritual master. And then it will grow. It will grow. Yeah. Anything else?
So Maharaj, one more thing that I and mind, that we know that theoretically we read the Gita daily or Shastra daily, but even though we are still attached to the I and mind.
Therefore, for the grihastas, charity is very important. Grihastha tendency is to accumulate. I and mine, more and more, I and mine. But pavanani manishinam, even for the great souls, charity is purifying. For the brahmacharis, the austerity is there, and for the grihastas, charity. Charity is very important. One purifies one's stuff. That's Bhagavad Gita, Dravya Maya Yajna. To give my possessions for the service of Krishna. Then I think, oh no, how much can I can't give this, I can't give that. You forget how little we actually need. We think that we're advancing by accumulating more. The more we can sacrifice for the pleasure of Krishna, the more we advance. So grihastha needs to accumulate. That's necessary in family life. Some capital has to be there, but charity has to be there. And by charity, wealth is purified. They have all these services, wealth management. They don't tell you that. But that's the first secret of wealth management, is to recognize whose wealth it is. It's Krishna's property. And everything else, chanting, hearing, so on. But I'm pointing this out that for the grihastas, charity is important. That also automatically reduces our, burden. We think that because I have more stuff, I'm advancing. Actually, because I have more stuff, I'm getting deeper in. In Bhagavatam, it's said that for those who are not Krishna conscious, suppose a king has a turban. The real turbans, the ones with the whole elaborate things with the jewels and the whole business. So what is that? If he falls in the water, he'll sink faster. He's got this heavy weight. So we have the heavy weight of our accumulation. So by charity, on the one side, we make progress because we're dedicating our property to Krishna, and also we're reducing the burden. We're reducing the burden of illusory property. Watching my bank statements and watching it go in a positive direction. It starts to go down. That means the disease is the fever is being lessened. We're watching the fever going up and we're thinking, 99, 100, 101, it's going up. No, going up is backwards. It has to come. We don't need to be in poverty, but if we're less burdened, that's good for us. So that wealth should be used for Krishna's service and charity. I'm not campaigning for any particular charity, but for Krishna's service. That's all.
And that's attached to our 10 offenses to the holy name. That's the 10th offense of attachment to the material things and not attentive chanting. That's the major.
Yeah, that's also there. But I'm thinking about all of my stuff. It's quoted in the red book, Vanity Karma. There's a Greek work where the person says that for all of my wealth I have only this, that I have to protect it more, I have to worry about it more, I have to share it more with others who are after it. It's an anxiety. It's an anxiety. So if my mind is always on my wealth management, my wealth increase, then how is my mind going to be on Krishna? Of course, it's possible. King Yudhisthira was not a poor man, but still, how much charity he gave also. So, pure consciousness is, in pure consciousness, I can handle any amount of wealth, but I have to come to pure consciousness. So capital is required. The charity is very important. And the most important thing is chanting Hare Krishna. Okay. Baji.
I was just thinking about the first verse of today's discussion, wherein it said that taking a risk
Taking risk, yes.
and the appreciation and reciprocation from Krishna. I was just trying to understand from the viewpoint of ashrama. Most of us being in Grihastha-ashrama, most of us being in Grihastha-ashrama dharma.
Grihasthas take risks all the time. Grihastha ashram is a risk.
Yes, that's what
Oh my God!
it itself is
I don't have the courage for it.
It itself is a big austerity, being in Grihastha-ashrama dharma and performing the devotional service according to the Bible. So, where is that fine line of understanding between the differentiation of this ashramas, that okay, Grihasthas can go till here. I want to understand how a being in Grihastha-ashrama, how a devotee can, for self-sadhana and also dependence progress and also extending again for the propagation of Krishna consciousness. The risk part is like how...
Grihastha life, all the Grihasthas, you take risks. First of all, you get into family life. That's a risk. Then you have children. That's a risk. Who knows what kind of children they'll be. Then you have the risk of maintaining them. So many risks are there. Medical and, so that we take those risks. Then we buy a house and we put it on a mortgage and we owe the bank, risking the possibility that our fortunes may change and we may have difficulty. They may even repossess our property. And in any case, they're going to take 20, whatever it is, % interest. Maybe not on a mortgage, but on credit cards, we risk so much.
So these all things can be considered as a austerity or a risk instead of taking it as a normal thing. like Krishna's reciprocation.
And just, if I'm taking risk materially, why not take some spiritual risk?
Yes.
Do something for Krishna that's not so comfortable.
Mm.
Do something for Krishna that involves some risk. Take some books in your hand and go to the mall and risk that people are going to say, "What are you doing here? Do you have permission?
Yes.
I don't need your books. I'm Christian." This, that. There's a risk. Nobody likes to be insulted. There's a risk. Almost a sure thing. Somebody's going to insult you sooner or later. But grahastas can take that risk. They can take that risk. I remember this, now we have this Central New Jersey, ISKCON of Central New Jersey. It started, I remember, I think I came to the first meeting. Whose home was it? In Dattatreya's or someone? Devakinanda Prabhu's house. There were like 3 families, and the discussion was, can we afford to do this? You know, it's going to cost something, you know, the prasadam and this. Can we afford to do this every week? You know, some risk. Turned out to be a pretty good risk. But, you know, some trouble, all right, let me start a program like this, and who knows how many people will come, and I may have to feed more people than I expected to feed, and this and that and the other thing. All right, some trouble will be there, some endeavors, some something. Maybe the neighbors will complain, whatever it will be. These are not going to the forest and living on roots and berries, but some, you know, let me do something, a little bold. Otherwise I can just come to the program, I can be in the group, I can chant. Good, very good. But those who want to take more risks, start another program, and another one, and another one.
Is the main problem that we think it's our risk or my risk?
I don't know if that's the main program, but if we think of Krishna, yeah, then my god sister Jayadvaita from Australia quoted that Prabhupada said in a lecture that what problem do I have? Whatever problem, it's Krishna's problem. Krishna will take care of it. I don't have any problem. So risk is the same way. It's Krishna's risk. Krishna's if it's a financial risk, Krishna's the financier. So everything. Let me do something more. Let me do something more. How much risk did Prabhupada take? Of course, that was in sannyas life. But even in his family life, he was investing, you know, even his wife may not have been so happy about it, his children may not have been so happy, but he gave so much energy for service of his Guru Maharaj, service of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we take some risk. We take some risk. And then finally there's Vanaprastha life, take some more risk. Again, it's not so much risk, but some risk. Risk is there, with or without Krishna consciousness. So if I have to take some risk, let me take it for Krishna. What is it? Better to be killed by Ram than a rascal like you?
Maharaj, this process of your desires transforming into love for Krishna, I think for me at least, I feel like some desires are so deeply rooted that it almost feels like it will take lifetimes to get rid of them. And obviously, I'm here right now after millions of births because of these desires, and it feels like it will take many more lifetimes. And I think the scarier part is sometimes when your mind wants something, you can understand that and you can say, okay, that's not right, you should not want that. But when you yourself have certain desires, how there's a difference between the mind wanting something and then your intelligence also having those desires. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but I feel...
Indriyani mano buddhira syadishthana uchate Itara vimohoyatye vimohoyatyesha jnanamavrityadehinam. In the third chapter, the senses, indriyani, mana, and buddhi, asyadhisthana muchate, they're the sitting places of calm. Etara vimohyati, and they bewilder us, jnanamavrityadehinam, and they cover the knowledge of the conditioned soul. Tasmat Therefore one has to control from the very beginning, control the mind, control the senses, engage them in the service of Krishna.
Right. Yeah, it's so difficult to visualize those desires transforming into love for Krishna.
Okay. Difficult or not difficult, let us begin. We may not see the whole picture. Let me do something. You know, I can't picture myself, whatever. Let me begin and do something, and then you'll picture yourself being able to do more and more and more. But if I forever picture myself, oh, it's too much, so let me not start. And you'll be a non-starter.
Right. Yeah. It's almost like after having read the Bhagavad Gita and some of these scriptures, I feel like I know what the ultimate truth is, but then the battle of course, fighting the mind and the senses and the intelligence.
Therefore, kirtan. By kirtan, one purifies the mind. Jayadvaita Marjana. By japa, one purifies the mind. By reading and hearing Bhagavatam, purifies the mind. And seriously, Tivrena Bhakti Yoga. If we just sort of want to do a little window decoration devotional service, we'll get a little window decoration purification. According to what we put into it. We want to coast and coast. But if we take it seriously, then you'll get the result. What is my real business in life? Accordingly, let me adjust. We don't say no sense gratification, but regulated. Householder life means sense gratification, but regulated. What is it? Ishopanishad, what is the Anabhishvanga Putra Dharmika? One should not be more attached than ordained by Shastra. Some attachment is there, otherwise no one would marry. But not excess, just like Dhruva. Some fighting has to be there, but not too much. He's called back by you're way over the line. Some killing you have to do, you're a Kshatriya, you're the king, but not. So some sense gratification. Prabhupada said householder life is a license for sense gratification. But it's not an unlimited license. It's a license for regulated sense, just like driver's license. It's not a license to travel at any speed in any way, ignoring all the road signs. It's not that kind of license. James Bond, license to kill. It's not like that. So everything regulated and keeping Krishna consciousness in the forefront, because that's the actual business of life. You're not tired, are you? Yeah, okay. Is that all right? Is that okay?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Yes.
Is Dhruva's display of so much of anger to kill many Kshatriya? Maybe he kills a lot of the
Loud, I'm half deaf.
The display of Dhruva Maharaj when he's killing a lot of these yakshas, is it for us to understand the lesson that Maya kingdom is so strong, even though he's a liberated person?
Yeah, there are different. Why is he killing so many yakshas? One, yes, we can understand Maya is so strong. Another point, it comes in the next verse. It was his duty. He's the king, he has to show some strength. But it's just that he went too far.
In the next canto, also we see the prachetas. Even the prachetas, after
Yeah,
like meditation, they just, ran
Wipe out the trees.
Yeah. So why is it, Maharaj? Like they are like liberated, and then after
Yeah,
so many years of meditation.
some tendency may still be there. That's one thing. And again, Krishna's pastime energy for our instruction. That is. So be serious, but don't wipe out all the trees or kill all the yakshas.
From this, can we understand that the tendency to feel all this, the six vices, like last time,
Tendency to?
the tendency for a conditioned soul to have all the six vices, which is last time agreed.
Tendency of conditioned souls to?
Display lust, anger, greed, envy,
It's
pride.
there.
So it just continues, Maharaj?
Is it?
So these people were like liberated and still they displayed anger.
Generally, these things are not seen in the liberated souls, but sometimes they're seen. And then it's not taken as a, what's the word? Great disqualification. Sadhureva samantavya. Sometimes it's seen. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that because we have this embodied life, generally devotional service and our prescribed duties are going on like train tracks, parallel. Sometimes something from a conditioned life crosses over, and then you get some discrepancy, but that's not to be taken as fatal. Kshipram bhavati dharma. Therefore, it's said if you see some discrepancy in the devotee, it should be taken like the contaminated things floating in the Ganga. And it's said if bad bodily features or this or that, birth in a low family. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says even if there's something, like a grumbly nature or something like that, we don't see that. We see the service.
Maharaj, in Bangladesh we see so much of chaos, right? So much of genocide is going on and people are getting killed, all the devotees getting killed. What is the thing what we can do other than prayers? How can we as a devotee?
Well, unless you're a Kshatriya, unless you're going to go over there and pick up an AK-47 and do all of that kind of stuff. What can you do? These things are not within our control. By the nature of the world, there must be always something. Why only Bangladesh? All over the world, people are getting killed. Some of them will be devotees, some will not be devotees. Some for this reason, some for that reason. When Dhritarashtra left home with Gandhari, renouncing royal life, and went off to the Himalayas, then, without telling anyone, then Yudhisthira was lamenting, what can I do? Now I must have mistreated them, they've gone off, they must be in so much difficulty, what should I do? Narad Muni appeared, said, you're nonsense, you're thinking, how will these poor creatures live without me? You're thinking that you're maintaining them. It's not under your control. And anyway, before you could even get there, they're going to immolate themselves in a fire of yoga. And they've quit their bodies. So even if you think about doing something, it's too late. But anyway, this mentality, no, they're depending on me. I'm not the controller, Krishna's the controller. And what will I do? If I'm a king, if I'm powerful, if I have, big resources, government what's the word, influence, all of that, then maybe I'll do something. What am I going to do sitting here in Princeton, New Jersey, New Brunswick? I'm going to sit here in New Brunswick and change the course of history in Bangladesh. It's not going to happen. But anyone who's taken birth in this world has to be implicated in something. Whether it's a civil war, or it's a world war, or it's an epidemic, or it's a this, or it's a that. You come to this world, what do you expect? It's not Disneyland. It's not a theme park with joy rides. Anyone who's come to this material world, that's what we have to expect. And if we think we're going to change it, that's illusion. Because if we see that sometimes having to save the world from hunger. The world's had hunger in it since...
Since we...
Since who knows how long. And we're going to raise money and free the world from hunger. It's abhiman. It's an illusion. It's a conceit. We're not going to do that. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorified as the greatest welfare worker, Mahabaranya, not because of how many hospitals he opened or what sort of diplomacy he undertook to bring peace in the world, but for giving the medicine by which Maya is destroyed, so that the living entities can get out of this material world. Long as we go to the material world, something will be there. The real rescue operation is to free the conditioned souls from birth and death. The Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's instruction to Srila Prabhupada, no, we're a subject country, first we have to get freedom, then people will take us seriously. Prabhupada said he was defeated. Then what will your non-cooperation movement accomplish finally? Now India is free and India is in Maya. Not that no one's in Maya in India anymore because they got Swaraj. Or not that there are no poor people in India because they got Swaraj. Not that there's no crime in India because there's Swaraj. Not that there's no corruption in the government because there's Swaraj. Everything is still there. There was all birth, death, disease, and old age under the British, and there's birth, death, disease, and old age under self-government. So Gandhi and Netaji and others, they campaigned for Swaraj, but Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur campaigned for freedom from birth and death. That was the higher campaign. So we should join that higher campaign. Anyone who gets free from material existence will no longer be affected by the calamities of this material world. And anyone who stays will be. Is that okay?
Maharaji, when you started this Krishna conscious journey, were you ever afraid after that?
Was I ever?
Afraid that you might go back to the Maya?
I'm always afraid that I might go back to
Yes. So my fear is not that then.
No. Prabhupada said one time, trouble with my Western devotees is that they're not sufficiently afraid of Maya. The more afraid of Maya you are, the better. She's dangerous. Very good fear. Keep that fear. Shall we stop? According to your order. But now we should promote our book a little bit more, right? book is there, Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan Standards. This one is written for the devotees, so that we'll know. This is the main thing that we do. Here it is. This is the main thing that we do, Kirtan. And Prabhupada gave some directions about how to do it. What should be our mood, what should be our consciousness, what should be the context of our Kirtan. And then particulars. Chant this, don't chant that. Chant this way, don't chant that way. So many things that Prabhupada gave us. There's a lot of junk that's drifted into Kirtan over time. By hearing from Prabhupada, we'll get to see the difference between the junk and the real thing. There's many valuable instructions collected from Prabhupada. Some from previous acharyas also. That's really meant to be in the hand of every ISKCON devotee. That's the you have a copy, right? Okay. It's meant to be in the hand of every ISKCON devotee, because we should all know these things. It's a handbook for all devotees. And there's some devotees who commented it's long overdue. So, better late than never. And get them while they're hot. And that's the story. Hare Krishna.
Krishna has mentioned that it's very, very powerful, and this is the Kirtan manual, especially everybody should understand. He has mentioned this is the mission, and this is the heart of our mission. It reveals that through the book. What exactly our mission, what exactly we are supposed to do, what exactly we have to do. So may I ask you that, how many of you don't have this book? How many of you don't have?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, we'd humbly request everybody please have a copy today. We start to read it, and we also have more copies. More copies there. So we'd humbly request, and also please get it. This Maharaj is authored. Maharaj is humbly put together what Srila Prabhupada wanted. We are slightly going away a little here and there. That's not we wanted. We wanted what Srila Prabhupada wanted. This is exactly this is. So everybody can have it. Those who doesn't have, this will, definitely give you what you were looking for in Krishna consciousness.
And lots of surprises too. When I was a kid, there was a candy, Cracker Jacks. Are they still available? I think they're finished, but they came in a box, yay big. Cracker Jacks. They were out of something like popcorn with caramel and all of that. And in each box there was like a little prize, like a little whistle or little something. So a prize in every box. So in every book there's a prize. Surprise in every box.
So first of all, let's thank from the bottom of our heart, say Hari Bol 3 times to Maharaj. Maharaj took time to come here and tirelessly Maharaj, Hari Bol, Jai. So complain that we are not getting enough chance to serve Maharaj. So at least we have Maharaj is here, so please, some way or other that you can serve Maharaj. And also Maharaj will be speaking to me.
I don't know what I'm doing. I've reached the age where I can't make decisions anymore. Madhupati has to tell me what to do.
Yeah, please stay tuned. So we'll announce that Maharaj.
Sunday Maharaj will be.
Sunday.
Stay tuned.
Sunday programs are the worst thing in the world. Big room. And it's a playground also because all the children are... I think like on Sundays I should go into seclusion. But if I don't give a Sunday program here, they'll have me give a Sunday program somewhere else. In Seattle, I just gave the Sunday program. They keep a cow in the temple during the talk. quite nice, except that the kids all play with the cow. But something that we haven't introduced yet.
Let's also thank our good person here, Madhuvadi Prabhu, also bringing Maharaj. And last, all the devotees are so wonderfully coming together and serving this community in so many ways. This shows that how serious we are. Maharaj said, so please continue to do so. This is our great opportunity. Some way or other that we can get some mercy.
What I'd like to do on Sunday is get together with young people and do something. The Sunday feast is a new challenge. It's playing tennis with the neck down. And get together with young people and do something subversive. That would be more fun. Anyway, just a thought. You enjoy.
Thank you all so much. Again, say Hari Bol 3 times.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
So who want to go first? Maharaj. Yes.